So hello and welcome. This is Erica Glessing, and I'm so excited to be sharing with you my new 7-part video series on how to build your podcast for influence and how to build your podcast as your brand. And we're going to walk through 7 different things that I get asked most often in my history of teaching people and starting videos, starting podcast series in audio and or video. So we're going to jump right in with visioning where your podcast is going to take you. So, a podcast is a pretty robust tool. It really likes to help people, it likes to encourage, likes to educate, it likes to grow with you, and it likes to help you. So, you want to give it some pretty good vision. You want to start with visioning it right before you name it. So this is kind of the opening, encouraging of the 7-part series. And I just want to have you sit there and think about it being a year from now. Well, so whenever this video is being shown to you, whenever you push play, picture 1 year from now. And what would you like your podcast to do? So I'll give you a concrete example. I have a podcast called The Erica Glessing Show. It's moving into its, third year, but fourth year, because I started it in 2016 in creation, but it launched in 2017. So it's going into 2020, and what I have visioned for it is to spark creativity on the planet. So that's its job that I've given it for 2020. So now that it has a very clear idea of what its job is, it's going to be a lot of fun for me to create it. So one of the things that I did is I started reaching out to creative influencers, and I started inviting them to the show. Isn't that exciting? So I'm just going to pause the Okay, so I wanted to give you a concrete way of actually doing this when you're actually searching for creatives. So one of the things that I did is I went to influence.co, and I searched for creativity. And I started seeing some people who had done a lot of work in the field of creativity. And so here's one of them that struck my eye. It just seemed really interesting to me. And he's located in the out of the country, which I also like having people with different accents on my show. And so I went and I did a reach out, and I said, Ian, would you like to come on my podcast? And his reach is bigger than mine, which I liked also, although my reach is bigger than his technically for all of my stuff. His reach has more interactivity on Instagram, which I'm trying to grow this year for the first time. So I set the intention of having a podcast for influence in the field of creativity, right? And so I went and looked for guests to invite that furthered that. So that's your opening slide. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be talking about naming in the next one. So I'm going to be sharing a nice series of videos that you can use to help in your own podcast creation or evolution.